السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. كيف الحال يا شباب؟ علومكم أخباركم طيبين؟ معكم مهند
ريان.
كيف الحال؟ إن شاء الله طيبين
مستسلمين. نعم الله يسلمك.
ما كلمتك. طيب اليوم راح نلعب لعبة اسمها
Stanley Parable.
لعبة لحسة المخ.
لعبة لحسة المخ.
طيب نبدأ.
لعبة اندي من مطور مستقل، موجودة فقط حصرية على ستيم، مرشح انها تكون لعبة السنة 2000، لعبة الامدي للعبة السنة، يعني افضل لعبة اندي.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
سبحان الله.
Something that would forever change Stanley.
يا رجل.
Something he would never quite forget.
يا وجه الله.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No! He showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time.
يا رجل.
But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
طيب الحين يا شباب ما راح نشرح لكم وش ستانلي باربل، لأن احنا بنفسنا أصلا ما نعرف وش ستانلي باربل، فاهمين؟ فأنتم بس شوفوا واحكموا. بس لحظة مهند ضغط اسكيب عشان تشغل الترجمة. حط اوبشنز اوديو تحت، ايوه كلوزد كابتنج سبتايتلز. اوكي خلاص اطلع من المكتب.
اوكي نبدأ.
الحين ما ندري ايش السالفة.
في البداية قال انه جاء له امر طبيعي، فمو امر
اول امر كان بس يحط شغله على المكتب يكتب بس. الحين غريبة يقول ولا مرة جاه ولا امر واحد، فاستغرب من الوضع المسكين.
فشيء غريب.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
اخويا راحوا.
طيب شكلنا بنروح الميتنج روم، غرفة الاجتماعات.
غرفة الاجتماعات.
طيب يرحم أمك يا أخي، يا أخي ليه يا أخي؟ حرام عليك يا أخي.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
روح يمين.
هو يقول اليسار. طيب
لا روح يمين.
طب هو يقول روح يسار.
روح يمين.
قال ستانلي راح يسار.
روح يمين.
روح يسار.
روح يمين.
يا ريال
روح يمين.
يسار.
روح يمين.
تصدق من السنة نروح يمين.
ايوه اليمين درب الغانمين.
ايوه.
To the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by and the lounge first just to admire it. حاول تفتح البيبان، يمكن في باب يفتح لك شيء. انا طبعا لعبتها قبل مهند، جلست كذا اخبص فجأة تنفتح لي ابواب ولا كانت تنفتح لي اول، فجأة تنفتح لي. طيب الحين يقول لك روح غرفة يقول غرفة المدرسين، غرفة الموظفين.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
طيب
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
أشرب؟ ليش ما يشرب؟
ما بتشرب شيء، قصدك إنك بلعت إنك تتفرج بس.
Okay.
Yes, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
شو الحيوان؟
Really worth it.
Really worth it.
لا بطلع.
طيب.
But eager to get back to business,
Stanley took the first open door on his left. On his left.
اوكي اسمع لي.
تاخذ يسار ولا تمشي سيده؟
ايش رايك؟
خذ يسار يلا اسمع كلام اليوم.
انت اكيد مشيت يسار.
لا والله ما مشيت يسار ولا مرة، عشان كذا أقول لكم شي صار.
طيب يلا كلها
So he
خربان.
detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
لا اطلع المصعد اللي فتح لك اياه، يقول لك ستانلي مشى سيده، انت ايش تبغى تمشي سيده وتاخذ يسار؟ تحوي سم القصه.
والله ما ادري ايش رايك؟
لا خذ المصعد
يسار.
روح المصعد اركب.
اوكي
ايش بيقول المعلق؟ بيقول يا رباه. طيب يا وجه الله.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
ايوه
from here it's, left.
شوف الحيوان.
يمين لا خذ افتح الباب اليمين.
بفك يمين ما ابغى اسمع له.
هذه لعبة فيك ابن الذين.
شوف كيف بيقول بياخذ
ماني يروح اليسار.
خلاص يروح يسار.
مالك لا.
No, it's to the right. My mistake.
شوف كلب.
لا روح يمين غلطتي.
No.
ياهو.
شوف الواطي.
Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's
حمار.
Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
1 minute.
Now let's see. We went down right.
قاعد يدور في الورق.
left down left right. كلمة سر دائرة مربع مثلث مثلث دائرة.
I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
اوكي
طيب
ننزل. طبعا لحد الان تشوفون كل المواقف اللي تصير بيننا ما عمرنا مشينا.
ايش هذا؟
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
لا يا شيخ.
Okay. We just have to get back to Oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now.
إيش
The
هذا؟
whole story completely unusable. How about rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
سلامات.
رجع لي من البداية. ليه طيب؟
سلامات.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Okay,
What could
خلنا
it mean?
نفوز.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
حيوان.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
طيب
الحين ليش رجعك من البداية؟
ما ادري. شوف
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over.
هذا مو الشيء اللي صار قبل شوي.
Everything should be... Well, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere? or-
حركت سويت شيء أنت؟
Hold on.
لا ما سويت شيء.
Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay then, it's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's
يمين، شوف
find
طالع يمين.
the story.
يا رجل
فتح لي كل الابواب. اول كان يفتح لي بابين. اول ما لعبت اللعبه بابين واللي قبل شويه بابين.
أنا أصلا من يوم ما لعبت اللعبة جات لي 6 نهايات كلها كانت بابين.
طيب الحين كل البواب هذه ليه؟ حتى باب ذا. سلامات.
والله ما لنا إلا حقرة بقرة.
طيب
حقرة بقرة قال لي عمي عد 10.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8
9 10. والله ما تروح خذ يمين. اطلع يمين.
لا
This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
لا
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again.
يمين
It's
يمين
gotta
روح
be
يمين.
better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
عاد اللعبة الغبي.
ليه طيب؟ تو البداية حقرة بقرة.
All of his co-workers.
شوف الحيوان.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
لا. ها؟ وين الأبواب؟ ارجع وين الأبواب؟
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong.
سلامات كان في ابواب هنا.
The story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
طب
شو يمكن
يرجعني.
يصير باب مفتوح أو شيء.
يرجعني
فتح
برا.
الأبواب فتح الأبواب.
متأكد؟ ما عندي. هنا ايش السالفة؟
سلامات.
رجعنا من البداية.
شوف جرب الابواب هذه.
جرب هذه. ما عنديني.
والله مشكلة.
طيب.
Aha! I
سلامات.
knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
هذا ما كان موجود قبل شوي.
ما كان موجود صحيح، رجعنا ما كان موجود، كم صرنا نرجع المكتب.
Wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way
يهو.
and retrace our steps.
بلعب فيك يا ابن الذين. هاي سلامات سلامات. كان هنا في مكاتب.
كانت ايش السالفة؟
Now this, well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all.
الله
Is this the
ينكبك.
story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe
المعلق
my
قاعد
story
يلخبط.
took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
تسألني.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
ايش ما
You've
جودي؟
done a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So-
فزت. سلامات.
Good job.
Oh no, no, I don't feel right about this at all. We both
ما هو مرتاح.
ما ابغى يفوزك.
actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't know what might happen this time. I have to restart.
الله ينكب هذا كل شوي يشغل اللعبة من جديد.
All
The
right,
Stanley
I've got a
Parable
solution.
Adventure Line.
خلاص.
Just follow the line.
With the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line.
ترى تقدر تمشي
How
سيدا.
simple is that?
ايش رايك؟
امشي على الخط، امشي على الخط، خلينا نشوف بس ايش يبغى يسوي فيه هذا. الله ينكبه.
اوكي.
You see, the line knows where the story is.
طيب،
It's
خلاص،
over in
okay.
this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of
سلامات.
moving forward,
اطلع لورا اطلع لورا، شوف هذا يمكن
such that a destination
تمشي على
is
الخط
inevitable.
جدك على الجدار، يعني يطلع الخط فوق الجدار، تمشي فوق الجدار.
Of the nature of life itself. Whoa. See it back there?
شوف شوف.
Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
هذا قاعد يلعب مخي ذا. والله انه كلب حيوان. ايوه. اوكي.
وش فوق الجدار؟
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern.
يقول ارجع وانظر الى الفيرن اللي وراه.
لا مو.
This fern will be very
Didi.
important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You
يقول
won't
بتصير
want to
مهمة
miss it.
بالقصة. طيب خلاص الله امشي.
الشجرة ذي قبل شوي.
ايوه.
Wait, what? We're back at the office?
رجعنا المكتب.
No, Line. You do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right?
عيال والله
The
نحست.
story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
سلامات.
لا تلخبطنا يا رجل.
والله لخبطت ما ادري
ارجع
والله.
لا ارجع يمكن لا ارجع يمكن الخط نفسه ثاني جديد.
طب شوف في غرفة ثانية داخل غرفة ثانية. ها.
وين نروح؟
خلاص نرجع هنا.
هذا لا هنا من وين بدأنا احنا؟
يا الله رجع البداية.
ارجع ثاني مرة من الخط الجهة الثانية.
اوكي.
يسار ايوه
يمين
يسار
يسار.
يسار يمين يسار. ورجع هذه الغرفة ثاني مرة.
No, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us?
ايش قصتهم ذي الغرفة؟
Did you? After everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
لا يا شيخ.
شوف
هذه رابع مرة.
شكلها. شوف المرة ذي ماني متابع الطريقة.
لا بكيفك امشي. معك يا ذيبان.
You know what, Stanley?
Yaha.
I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why
لا
can't we make
أنت
our
حيوان.
own
انت حيوان صدق.
exciting,
يقول حنا
daring,
أذكياء. سلامات.
mysterious? Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
روح
والله أروح ما في إلا باب.
مالك اللي هو اصلا.
طيب يلا.
طب الخط يا اخي.
أنا قلت مرة.
Yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley.
انا امشي في دائره الحين ولا مربع؟
والله قاعد أمشي في دائرة.
استغفر الله العظيم.
سلامات.
سلامات من جد.
Oh no, not you
جانا الخط.
again.
يا الله.
Stanley, I'd also like to
رجع
visit
اللاين
from
هذاك مرة
having
ثانية.
any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just
يا
acknowledge
ليل.
it. We should be fine.
من المعوق اللي رسم الخط؟ تحسه ورع. تاز ومشاكس. تاز. ايوه.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
طيب يلا.
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay. So I know that each door has to lead
امشي في
somewhere,
دوائر.
which means that
أنا حمار أمشي في دوائر.
place where we're trying to this door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic.
يقول باب على اليمين هو الصحيح.
Our
لا تروح يمين.
away.
لا تروح يمين.
هذا اختيار. أي باب؟ هذا الباب.
اصبر عنك. رجور تفتح اليسار. خذ يمين.
خذ يمين.
The confusing ending.
We've been playing.
The confusion ending.
صار ربع ساعة الحين نلعب الكونفيوجن اندنج دي. سجل كل شيء سويناه. ارجع يسار.
عندنا المرة الأولى، المرة الثانية عندنا، الثالثة، الرابعة.
ايش many additional doors؟
wondering.
5 6 7
8
8 مرات. After a long time, Stanley dies. ها
يا شيخ.
سلامات.
Thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be.
طيب شو
I
نسوي
want the game
طيب؟
to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
الحوس ذا.
And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
صار.
Okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey. So they're always saying that
أنا نسية يما فينك يما. إيش المفروض أسوي؟ الكرسي ذا كان موجود؟
ما أدري.
well, in the meantime,
ما كان موجود. هاي
سلامات.
سلامات.
عندنا.
all
طيب.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
كم نهاية؟
سلامات.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
سلامات إيش صار؟ ليش عاد اللعبة ثاني مرة؟
ما أدري. أوكي رجعنا الطبيعي أتوقع.
أيوه.
When Stanley came to a set of two open
يا
doors,
ريان.
he entered the door on his left.
لفت.
خلنا نروح يسار.
خلاص.
سبحان الله كسين دوخة.
راح يسار خلاص.
أصلا غرفة الاجتماعات.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
شوف الكلوزت روم
Find an
هذه.
answer there.
يمينك شوف هذه.
هذه
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and
خلاص
got
ما في شيء. بس الحين شكلنا بنروح البيت مكتب.
ايوه تطلع فوق وتنزل تحت.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
upstairs. اوكي
office.
خلاص نروح فوق. نروح للبوس حقنا. شنو مكتوب؟
اكسكيوتيف باثروم. ما يفتح.
كمل.
غرفة المدير.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
ما في شيء.
Unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him.
قاعد
What he could not
نكتشف ايش المشكلة
observe was that the
اللي صايرة
key
هنا.
behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret pin number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random
فجأة عرف ستانلي وش الأرقام. ما كأنه قال لنا.
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
هذا من هنا.
طيب. توقع من هنا. أنا خوفي الحين يلعب فينا مرة ثانية.
أنا متأكد إنه راح يلعب فينا مرة ثانية.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him?
المشكلة كيف يكلمكم بطريقته كأنها قصة.
ايوه
يعني
بالأخير طلع هو
يعني ستانلي مشى كذا، ستانلي راح سوى لف يمين، ستانلي فغصب عنك بتمشي.
Mind control facility.
مكتوب
هروب.
مايند كنترول فاسيلتي. ايش رايك؟
نهرب ولا نروح غرفة التحكم؟
لا خلينا نروح غرفة التحكم.
خلنا نهرب.
لا
خلنا نهرب.
Let's
escape.
نشوف بس ايش القصة.
ليش نظلم؟
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Okay.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought.
شكله بنكتشف السر الكامل في المكان هذا. اوه فك باب هنا. صدق يذكرني بإيش؟
مين؟
لعبة بورتل.
بورتل 2؟ لا. مشوار بورتل الغاز.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
رجعنا ذاك المكان.
هذيك الغرفة هذه اللي قال المفروض ما تشوفونها.
شفناها.
شفناها.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
أنا كم رقم مكتب؟
One of them.
427.
in this place where freedom meant nothing.
اوكي في باب هنا كمان. بنروح نشوف. كم؟
427. يمين.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
ايوه
427.
نفس المكتب.
والله نفس المكتب كمان. يخرب بيتهم يا شيخ.
لحسة.
كانوا يراقبونا.
He refused to believe it.
Yes.
Couldn't accept it.
Yes.
Life in someone else's control.
Yes.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it?
Yes.
Even possible?
Yeah, no.
Surely spent his entire life utterly
بحمسك زيادة. مستحيل أحد يسيطر على حياته. ما أدري كيف.
The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
أنا أفضل إنك تشغلها تأخذها لك.
الباور
ايوه
افضل اطفيها لان الحركه ذي خلاص.
بس انت بتصير المسيطر، تصير ملك هذا العالم، تصير انت صاحب الشركه.
لا انا بنهي هذا.
انت اللي تتحكم بالعمال.
لا انا
تصير انت المدير اللي عنده رقم سري 2 8 4 5.
لا انا بنهي هذا المهزله اللي صايره، تحكم
شغل.
الغير
لا،
الانسانيه اللي ضايعه هنا.
شغلها عشان تتحكم بالانسانيه هذه وانت وتعدلها زي ما
انا
تبغى.
بطفيها.
شغلها
اطفيها.
شغلها 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 شغلها
طيب
شغلها.
You just activate the controls, did you?
Yes.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself.
Yes.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn the
شفت
controls
كيف؟ حسبي الله
off
عليك.
and leave.
مسيطر على العالم.
If you want to
انت
follow
ورطتنا
this
الحين.
بنكي ما هو برين 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 برين
I'm
برين
afraid you
برين
don't have
برين
nearly
برين
the power
برين.
you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Yeah.
In the event
نظام
the
تفجير.
machine is activated without proper DNA identification,
اوف.
the detonators
Nuclear
are
detonator are set to explode, eliminating the entire
Gone until
complex.
detonation then,
فعلنا قنبلة نووية يا مهند.
let's say, 2
الهجة.
هاي
Now this is making things a little more fun,
الهجة.
Stanley.
دقيقة واحدة.
الهجة.
Time to shine. You are the star.
وطفي
It's
طيب.
your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time.
حسبي الله عليك.
But what precious moments each one of them is.
كم دقيقة؟
Time to talk about.
دقيقتين المفروض. يقول لك يمديك تطفي القنبلة.
والله
What all this
كيف
is.
اطفيه؟
I barely know where to start. What's that? You
اتوقع
want to
فوق
know where
هنا.
your co-workers are. A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office
Oh,
forever,
شو مشكلة؟
pushing buttons endlessly and then dying
ما هو؟
alone.
تشترون
Other
السالفة.
times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside.
روح الكنترول يونت 1. شوف هذه على يمينك. على
This
يمينك.
version of events has
أيوة من
been
هنا.
rather amusing.
يمين.
Watching you try to make sense of everything
إيش اللي هنا؟
and take back the control wrested away from you.
ضغط
It's
ضغط
rich.
ضغط ضغط.
I almost
Huh?
hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go
لا،
around
أحمد.
will be even
انكرت.
better. My
طيب.
goodness, only
يسار، من
30
اليسار.
seconds
من اليسار.
left. But
يقول
I'm
كذا
enjoying this so much.
اخضر.
You know
أيوة.
what? To hell
أخضر.
with it.
أخضر.
I'm going to put some extra
أخضر.
time on the clock.
أخضر.
Why not?
أخضر.
These are precious additional
روح.
seconds.
إيش سلامات؟
Time doesn't grow on trees.
اوه
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed
روح
to be doing?
هذيك الزرقاء اللي هناك.
Or did
اللي
you
فوق.
just assume
الكمبيوتر
you saw
الأزرق
that
ذا.
timer, that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you.
سبحان الله.
Running from button to button, screen to screen.
شو الحيوان؟
الواطي.
In this room, these numbers.
شوف ورا.
These colored ones, or maybe this big red button.
يمديك تطلع.
Door. Everything, anything.
قفل الباب الوسخ. ورا. ارجع ورا.
سنة واحد.
لا ارجع ورا.
Beaten.
روح عند هذا.
One solved. Do you have any
Yoho.
idea what your purpose in this place is?
شوف ال-
الواطي قاعد يضحك. يقول اضغط الزر
You're
الاصفر.
in for quite a disappointment. But here's a
أزرق.
spoiler for you.
انكرت.
That timer is the
أخضر.
catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death.
المفروض نضغط زر
You're
اخضر
only
ولا
still
حاجة
playing
خضراء.
instead of watching a cutscene.
ما يخلينا طيب.
For every moment that you're powerless, to see you made humble. This
خلاص
is not a
متنا.
challenge. It's a
تفرج
tribute.
الساعة خلينا بس
You
نتفرج
wanted to
في موتنا.
control this world, that's fine.
اضغط زر واحد رقم واحد.
First,
واحد.
اضغط اصفر الحين. شوف الشاشات كلها
take a
تتغير.
look at the clock, Stan.
ايش؟
That's
Goodbye
30 seconds you
employee
have left to
427.
struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No end.
طيب.
Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your
صدق
will,
يمدينا نوقفها
or
بس
will
ما
you
ندري
let it
كيف.
go peacefully? Another choice.
اتوقع هذا
Make
كم؟
it count.
يا اخي
Don't. It's all the
لا.
same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your
يا
خلاص
رجل
خلاص اثنين. مع السلامة يا مهند.
مع السلامة.
اظن كذا يكفي.
ايش اللي صار؟ شكلنا نعيد منها من البداية.
لا الظاهر مكتوب ده من اول.
عندنا بداية.
شفت؟
اوكي اتوقع ان هذه كانت
اظن هي اكثر من نهايه. لو نجلس نعيد بس نغير خيارات راح تطلع النهايات ثانيه جدا.
اللي يبغى يشتريها يلقاها في الستيم. لعبه من جد لحسة مخ.
للبي سي فقط
طبعا اكيد للبي سي. وهي مثل ما قال كانت يعني مرشح تكون من افضل الالعاب الاندي اللي لهذه السنه مثل ما كانت السنه الماضيه. ايش كانت؟
والله ما ادري.
استنى
ماينكرافت اظن او حاجه والله ما ادري
ما ادري. الزبده ان شاء الله انكم استمتعتوا بالحلقه هذه
بس.
ولا تنسوا اللايك فيفورت وسبسكرايب. كان معكم مهند
ريان
والسلام عليكم ورحمه الله وبركاته.